Once upon a time, in the heart of an ancient African forest, there was a small village named Tambora. This village was known for its harmony with nature and the deep respect its people had for all living beings. The villagers believed that every creature, be it human or animal, had a spirit that could influence their lives. In this village lived a young girl named Zara. She was known for her kindness, beauty, and her unusual ability to communicate with animals. Zara often wandered into the forest, where she felt a deep connection to the wild creatures, especially the wolves that roamed the dense woods. The wolves, with their silver fur and piercing eyes, were both feared and revered by the villagers. They were believed to be guardians of the forest, protectors of its secrets. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden way over the land, Zara ventured deeper into the forest than she ever had before. The air was thick with the scent of wildflowers and the distant call of nocturnal creatures. As she walked, she heard a soft rustling in the bushes. Out stepped a magnificent wolf, larger than any she had seen before, with eyes that seemed to glow with an ethereal light. The wolf did not growl or show any signs of aggression. Instead, it approached Zara with a sense of familiarity, as if it had known her for years. Without fear, Zara knelt down, and the wolf placed its head gently on her lap. In that moment, an unspoken bond was formed, and Zara felt a warmth spread through her body, a connection that went beyond words or understanding. Days turned into weeks, and Zara found herself visiting the wolf every evening. The villagers noticed her growing absences and began to whisper among themselves, but Zara paid no heed to their concerns. Her bond with the wolf grew stronger, and she felt a strange yet comforting energy whenever they were together. One night, under the full moon, Zara had a vivid dream. In it, she stood by a river with the wolf beside her. The wolf spoke to her in a deep, resonant voice, telling her that it was not just an ordinary wolf, but a spirit of the forest. The spirit had chosen her for a sacred task, one that would change the course of her life and the village forever. When Zara awoke, she felt a strange sensation in her belly. Days later, she realized she was with child. The villagers were shocked and puzzled, as Zara had no suitor, and her condition could not be explained by any natural means. But Zara knew the truth. The child she carried was not entirely human, but a being born of the spirit world and the mortal world. As her pregnancy progressed, Zara began to notice changes in herself. Her senses became sharper, her strength increased, and she could hear the whispers of the forest as if it were speaking directly to her. The villagers grew fearful, and some believed Zara had been cursed, while others thought she had been blessed by the gods. When the time came for Zara to give birth, the night was stormy, with lightning flashing across the sky and the wind howling like the cry of wolves. The village elder, a wise woman named Mama Nandi, assisted Zara during the birth. As the storm raged outside, Zara brought forth a baby boy, but he was no ordinary child. His eyes glowed with the same ethereal light as the wolf, and a soft coat of silver fur covered his small body. The villagers were both awed and terrified by the child. Mama Nandi, however, knew what this meant. She told the villagers that the child was a gift, a bridge between the human world and the spirit world. He was destined to protect the village and the forest, to maintain the balance between nature and humankind. The boy, whom Zara named Connie, grew quickly, exhibiting wisdom and strength far beyond his years. He could communicate with animals, understand the secrets of the forest, and had the power to heal both people and creatures alike. The villagers soon came to respect him, seeing him as a guardian of Tambora, just as the wolves were guardians of the forest. Zara's bond with the wolf spirit never waned, and she often saw the wolf watching over her and Connie from the shadows of the trees. Under their protection, the village of Tambora flourished, and the people learned to live in even greater harmony with the natural world around them. And so, the legend of Zara and her son Connie, the child of the wolf spirit, was passed down through generations. It became a tale of love, mystery, and the powerful bond between humans and the spirits of the wild, reminding all who heard it of the sacred balance that must be maintained between the world of men and the world of nature. As Connie grew older, his presence brought both peace and wonder to the village of Tambora. His abilities were unmatched. He could call upon the winds to calm storms, coax plants to grow in times of drought, and heal the sick with a mere touch. The villagers, who once feared his origins, now revered him as a protector and a guide. They believed that through Connie, the spirit of the forest spoke, guiding them on how to live in harmony with the world around them. However, not everyone was at peace with Connie's existence. In a neighboring village, there lived a chieftain named Tambora, who was known for his greed and desire for power. He had heard of Connie's extraordinary abilities and sought to capture him, believing that harnessing Connie's powers would make him invincible and give him control over all the surrounding lands. Tambora gathered his warriors and prepared to march on Tambora. The people of Tambora, though small in number, were warned by the forest itself. The animals grew restless, the trees whispered of the approaching danger, and the sky darkened as if mourning the violence that was to come. Zara, who had always sensed the deeper connections between her son and the world, knew that this day would come. She called upon the wolf spirit, seeking its guidance on how to protect her son and the village. That night, as the moon shone brightly over the forest, the wolf appeared to Zara in her dreams once more. "Zara," the wolf spirit spoke, its voice like a soft breeze rustling through the leaves. "Tambora's heart is filled with darkness, and his hunger for power knows no bounds. But Connie's destiny is greater than any mortal's greed. You must prepare him for the trial ahead, for the time has come for Connie to embrace his true nature." When Zara awoke, she knew what needed to be done. She led Connie deep into the forest, to a sacred grove where the oldest and tallest tree stood, a tree that had witnessed the birth of the land and had roots that reached into the very heart of the earth. There, Zara taught Connie the ancient ways of the forest, passed down to her by the wolf spirit. She told him of the balance that must be maintained and of the sacrifices that would be required. Connie listened intently, understanding that his existence was not just for the protection of Tambora, but for the entire forest and all the creatures within it. As dawn approached, the sky turned a brilliant shade of red, a warning of the bloodshed that was to come. Tambora and his warriors arrived at the edge of the forest, their weapons gleaming in the early morning light. But as they advanced, the forest itself seemed to rise against them. The trees blocked their path, vines snaked around their feet, and animals appeared from the shadows, eyes glowing with a fierce light. Connie, standing at the center of the village, could feel the heartbeat of the forest as if it were his own. He knew that the time had come to act. With a deep breath, he called upon the wolf spirit, and the transformation began. In a flash of light, Connie's form shifted. He grew taller, more powerful, and his silver fur glistened in the sunlight. He was no longer just a boy, but a guardian of the forest, a being that was both man and wolf, spirit and flesh. The villagers watched in awe as Connie let out a howl that echoed through the trees, a sound that was both a warning and a call to arms. Tambora's warriors hesitated, fear gripping their hearts as they saw Connie's true form. But Tambora, blinded by his ambition, urged them forward. The battle that ensued was fierce. Connie moved with the speed of the wind, his strength unmatched. The forest itself seemed to fight alongside him, with roots and branches striking down the invaders. In the end, Mabora's greed was his downfall. He was caught by the roots of the ancient tree, which dragged him deep into the earth, never to be seen again. His warriors, seeing the power of Connie and the will of the forest, fled in terror, never to return. The village of Tambora was saved, and the people celebrated Connie's victory. But Connie knew that this was just the beginning. The world was changing, and with it, new challenges would arise. He could feel the pull of the spirit world stronger than ever before, and he knew that his place was not just among the people of Tambora, but as a guardian of the entire forest. With a heavy heart, Connie bid farewell to his mother and the villagers. He promised to always watch over them and to return when they needed him most. Zara, though saddened by his departure, was proud of the man her son had become. She knew that Connie's destiny was greater than any one village, and that he would continue to protect the balance between the world of men and the world of spirits. As Connie disappeared into the forest, the wolf spirit appeared by his side, guiding him on his new journey. Together, they would roam the land, ensuring that the ancient pact between nature and humankind was honored, and that peace reigned for generations to come. And so, the tale of Connie, the child of the wolf spirit, lived on in the stories of the people, a reminder that the bond between the earth and its creatures was sacred and eternal.